Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Storytime Thursday with Miss Kelly. And I have one book today. And before I begin reading this book, I want to say something to the grown-ups. Now, this book comes from a series called Ordinary Terrible Things. This is a book about racism. This book series tries to deal with topics that are uncomfortable to talk about with children. As parents, we have a tendency to shield children from things, but we forget that they know what's going on and can sense our emotions. Now, this book is meant to start an honest conversation with your family about what you think of the ideas that are in this book. This book is called Not My Idea, and it is written and illustrated by Anastasia Higginbotham. So today, March 4th, 2021, I'm reading this book called Not My Idea, and thank you to Daughter Press and the creators for permission to share this book with you. Not My Idea. A book about whiteness. In 1993 interview, Toni Morrison said about racism in America, "White people have a very, very serious problem, and they should start thinking about what they can do about it," she added. "Take me out of it." Those words landed in me as a direct command. I made this book for my own white sons with help from their teachers and mine. It's dedicated to the Brooklyn Free School, where my family was first called upon to engage with whiteness in order to dismantle white supremacy. Deepest thanks to many of the people that are on here. When grown-ups try to hide scary things from kids, oh, no, not again. She's covering her eyes, and what do we see in this television screen right here? Yeah, we see something bad. What, Mom? Mom, what not again? The little girl asks her mother. It's usually because they're too scared to. Who is that with their hands up? Why is that policeman screaming at him? She wants to know. And over here we hear bang, 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 bang. And she's covering her ears. Parents want to bury the truth. And here's the power button, turning off the television after hearing that horrible noise. You don't need to worry about this. You're safe. Understand? No, little girl says. She doesn't understand. Our family is kind to everyone. We don't see color. Deep down, we all know color matters. And she's drawing a picture of what she heard and what she saw. Maybe this is her way of dealing with it. Skin color makes a difference in how the world sees you and in how you see the world. I want to bring my aunt a gift. This will only take a minute. Going into a store. It makes a difference in how much trouble seems to find you or let you be. You pay attention to this picture. You see a girl with white skin looking at expensive merchandise. You see a little boy with brown skin looking at less expensive merchandise. But who is the security guard watching? In stores, in cars, on sidewalks, and at school, your skin color affects the most ordinary daily experiences. including which neighborhoods welcome you. So relieved you got here safely, her aunt says. Well, why wouldn't we? The protests. They're blocking the road, says, I would think this would be Grandpap or Uncle. Marchers came to demand justice for unarmed African American. They demand an end to the killings across the nation, part of a shameful pattern that has claimed the lives, particularly young men of color. Marchers reference past victims and video taken by a bystander. You might get the message that racism is happening only to Black and brown people. Breaking news, family speaks out on police shooting. Look at their faces. Racism is a white person's problem, and we are all caught up in it. That police officer was just doing his job. I can't watch the news. Look at the little girl. Mostly by refusing to look at it. Come away from the TV news. Come away. Look, I made your favorite. But you can face it. Racial justice, we must step up. Understanding the truth takes courage, especially a painful truth about your own people, your own family. Does she look happy? Does she look sad? Does she look confused? Your mom looks in the rearview mirror and says, "Are you all right?" Even people you love may behave in ways that show. Now she's pushing the lock button on her car, and she's holding on to her wallet. And why do you think that is? Because she's in a Black neighborhood? They think they are the good ones. Racism was not your idea, and you don't need to defend it. They're going into the public library. You can bring your curiosity to learn about it and see that it's true. I'll be over here if you need me, okay? There she is looking for a book, and she finds Our Shared History, and she begins to read it. I'll read it to you. In the United States of America, white people have committed outrageous crimes against Black people for 400 years. All along, every step of the way, people who love justice and love each other have been fighting back. Many white people did things that never should have happened. They were denied opportunity. They were denied bank loans. They were evicted because they were denied housing. And you see they're all the arms are made of money. Voter registration test was made so difficult that they knew they wouldn't pass it. Therefore, they wouldn't have the right to vote. They were denied their rights. Parts A, B, C, pages 1 through 4, section I-20. Many other white people failed to see the problem with this. These choices put wealth and power into white hands and homes and neighborhoods. You can see the little baby's wearing money, and there's a lady taking care of him because they were exploited the love of the labor of Black women. So the black women took care of the white children. Some white people joined the leaders of black liberation. Angelina Grimke and Sarah Grimke in 1838. Julian Bond, the members of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee in 1963. Liberation equals love and freedom. Nina Simone, 1967. Nuns and Fellow Marchers on the Selma to Montgomery, March 1965. John Lewis and fellow demonstrators kneel in 1962. And Colin Kaepernick kneels in 2017. Racism is still happening. It keeps changing and keeps being the same. Look at this little girl. I think she's bothered by all of this. And yet, just being here alive in this moment, you have a chance to care about this, to connect. And she's watching. Connecting means opening, and opening sometimes feels like breaking. Look at her face. Look at her eyes. Mom, I don't feel good, she says from the back seat of the car. Uh-oh, should I pull over? I need to know what's going on. What are you talking about? Why won't anyone teach me real history? I do see color. I see yours, mine, and everybody's. You can't hide what's right in front of me. She's frustrated. I know that what the police officer did was wrong. Go with your instincts on this one. Racial justice is possible. Okay, geez, you don't have to yell, her mom says, but only if we're honest with each other and ourselves. I see a playground over there. Want to get some air? Yes, the little girl says, and she runs over to the playground. Now, your history's not all written yet. What do you want it to say? The end. Want to know whose liberation you are fighting for? This little girl is asking us. Your own. White supremacy has been lying to kids for centuries. White supremacy is pretend, but the consequences are real. And there's activities in this book. There's things to talk about with your children. There's lots of questions to be raised. Lots of interesting things, pieces of history of what's been happening in the past and is still happening. So I hope you take something from this book. It's meant to strike up conversation. I know sometimes it's uncomfortable to talk about these things, but it's happening. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.